Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Got a message for you on responsibility. Coming to you live from station WEBM. Wonderful Eddie B. Marcus, operating smack from the top of the sky, the spiritual level, to wherever you are. Hope that this message finds you with an open heart, penetrates you, and serves you just as the blood that flows through your veins. And that it will make a difference in your life. And we as human beings will benefit from it all. The message that I want to bring is, what is this thing about responsibility? People are constantly saying you have to be a responsible citizen. And I'm thinking that we have allowed others to determine what is okay for us. And we have to accept that, or we get ostracized, or whatever the other prejudices that comes with straying. And I'm asking myself, this is where all of this has led to. You see, when I'm speaking to you, ladies and gentlemen, about peace for everybody, prosperity for everyone, happiness of life for everyone, that's a beautiful thing. That's a fantastic thing. When I'm speaking about dreams coming true, that's a great thing, an absolute wonderful thing. Now, I've been talking about that for at least a month now. And you would think that a message as beautiful as this, that addresses the concerns and the prayers of people all over this nation, is saying that your prayers can be answered. Everything is ready. All you have to do is make the decision. And your dreams can come true. But we are at a point where we're so far from that philosophy of life. That is the beauty of life. But we're so far away from that. And if I just say that, you probably will understand it. But let me give you an example of what I mean. Those of you who don't like Trump, you got all the evidence in the world for not liking Trump. You got all the evidence in the world for not liking Trump. But have you noticed that the senators, the Republican Party, have drifted? You heard them talk about Trump. You heard them say and identify all that Trump is, the evilness that he represents. They all gave it to us on the national media, international media. They all gave it to us. And yet, he is the leader of the Republican Party. He come in and he does all the stuff that we all know he's doing. And the Republican Party moves right along with him. Right along with him. And see, you stage the justices with the same kind of going right along with it. And so each time they go right along with it, it brings the whole population with it. The whole population with it. There might still be a distinction between you and they, but we are all drawn with it. And each time you're drawn in that direction, you're drawn farther and farther away from the truth. It is the truth that sets you free. You see with your own eyes. I'm not laughing. I'm just thinking, you see with your own eyes what's happening. But you cannot be hypocritical and pretend like you want something better, but limit the extent of your desire for better. In other words, it doesn't go all the way across the board. That means you would be a hypocrite. Anybody who does not like Trump, but at the same time is not willing to go all the way and cover everything that's left out there, you would be a hypocrite if you tried anything less than that. What would you say? Well, you're a little bit better than Trump, and people should come with you because you're a little bit better than Trump? Does that make any sense to you? You're just like Trump if you cannot reach over. Trump can't reach over and include you. You can't reach over and include everybody else. So we are all in the same boat. I come to tell you that there's a power you can't see, not me. You can't touch, you can't feel. But it's evidence all around us. And if we say we want the peace, the prosperity, then we have to recognize that all things outside of us is a given, and we didn't have anything to do with its manifestation. It is here. We can't argue with that. Who wants to claim having something to do with the creation of the earth, or the trees, or the diamonds in the earth, the other minerals and resources that's on the earth, above the earth, seen and unseen? What human being wants to claim some connection with that? I don't think anybody would. And our existence on this plane, sure, we play a role in the continued process, but to be here initially, it happened. And here we are. And ladies and gentlemen, plain as daylight, we can go one or two ways. We can live this life recognizing and respecting one another, and needing one another, and feeding and giving to one another, that all of our desires can be met in a fashion that does not require lying and cheating and stealing and con artists and Ponzi schemes and terrorism and wars and inflation and deflation, and all this kind of stuff is not necessary. It's so simple to me. But anyway, this is what the spirit of love offers. But the spirit of love is not limited to a certain portion of the lesser of these. The spirit of love reaches beyond the borders. It is all everywhere. Why? Because it knows the truth. It knows that it is designed that all of us have. It knows that. The Spirit knows that. Whoever is led with the Spirit knows that. You're energized by it. You see where we're going. Yesterday we were shouting Obama. Oh, Obama's going to make this change. Then for some strange reason, you threw two people before the American people that each one was wrapped as evil. My God, each one of them was wrapped as evil, and the American people stood there and accepted this. Wow! Couldn't somebody say, hold it, how dare you put two representatives of evil before us and tell us that's what we got to choose as our leadership? Who the heck are you speaking for? Well, but we didn't say that. We just chose one side or the other. And we went to the polls and voted for that. Now, I keep saying that because I want you to know, and I want you to be reminded of how you and why you. But you don't have to. You can change. You can change. Now, I realize we've come a long way down this trip. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it alone. What I'm telling you is the absolute truth. Peace and prosperity and happiness and your dreams coming true. It's all a blessing for treating people like you want to be treated. And I realize that we've been educated all our lives against that principle. We have, and it's hard. It's very hard for us to just believe that and make a decision and go that way. Especially when we put our mind and our hopes and faith in something else. And even though it seems to be failing, we want to drag on to that because we're familiar with it. And what I'm talking about seems to be so strange. And you don't believe other people will join in. So because of that conviction, you yourselves refuse to join in. And so all of the powers that rest in your hands get swayed in the opposite direction, further and further into Trumpism. Next thing you'll be like Russia. Next thing you'll be like North Korea. And you would have done it to yourselves. And the spirit of love stands before you right now, as black and old and ugly as can be, and say to you, love loves you. But you got to love yourselves. Got to love yourselves. Now I'm going to leave that and hope that it means something to some of you. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, and I do want to be the next senator from the state of Minnesota. I want to be the next president of the United States for the simple reason I want to be instrumental in bringing peace and prosperity and happiness to not just we here in Minnesota, but the people throughout the United States of America, then our NATO allies, and then the rest of those people who are just going to see us shining light. And this is not me trying to outsmart somebody else. It is you and I making a decision that we're going to do those things. We're going to act in such a way that the fruits of life will be made available to us. And we can appreciate them in a fashion that only those who are aware can do. And that's what we're going to do, what we can do. And so, think until next time. Bye-bye.